Two campaigns, two different strategies. That's what we'll talk about today. There is emerging a very significant difference between the way Obama is going to be running his campaign and the way the Republicans are going to be running our campaign. Total difference, and fascinating difference. The Republicans are going to be focusing on television and radio advertisements aimed to persuade voters. We're going to go after the swing voters, the people who slightly approve of Obama but aren't really sold on him, the undecided voters, about 7 or 8%, and while we're at it, the people who are slightly disapproving of him, and largely ignore the people on each extreme, but we're going to go after the voters in the middle. And it looks like the Republicans will spend almost $500 million on television aimed and targeting those voters. Obama is not going to do that. Obama is going to spend less on television, which means we will destroy him on television. We will kill him in the exchange of ads. And he's going to put most of his money into field organization, into trying to gin up a turnout among his base. He's talking about spending about the same amount the Republicans do on television on field work, on getting his people out to vote. And some would say fraudulently getting them to vote. That's why we need voter ID, photo ID laws. But it's all of a piece with his strategy. Encourage hatred and resentment and envy against rich people, against many white people, white policemen, against of students, against people that are in the workforce, people who've left the workforce versus people who are still employed, Latinos against Anglos. Try to emphasize the divisions, stoke a sense of victimization, and then pour money into a turnout mechanism to try to get that vote to turn out. It's going to be an absolutely fascinating election in which he'll be way over on the left going after that vote, and we're going to be after the swing vote in the middle. Now, of course, that leaves us with a vulnerability, which is that we will not have the resources on election day that Obama has, and that's where you come in. It is absolutely crucial that we take the Romney campaign and we treat it as a franchise. It's not what is the Romney campaign going to do, it's what we're going to do to actually work and get out the vote. And the key thing here is what you've got to do, and we've discussed this before, but I'm going to repeat it a lot as the campaign goes on. Sit down and make a list of the swing voters who you know, the people who you personally know who you aren't sure how they're going to vote. And then send them a lot of these videos, send them a lot of my columns, send them stuff from other people, and give them information, and then work on them over the course of the election to get them out to vote. By the way, a week from Monday, Eileen and I are bringing out our brand new book called Screwed. That's the title of it, Screwed. And it's how foreign governments are ripping us off, plundering our economy, and how our leaders are helping them to do it. We talk a lot in that book about foreign lobbyists. Why are we so interested in the interests of other countries? Why do we give foreign aid to governments that hate us, like Egypt? Well, the answer in part is that they hire some of our top legislators who've retired to be their lobbyists, to represent them. You'll hear about all this in our book. So go to my website, dickmorris.com, and you can order it right now. And if you do that, you'll be able to get it as soon as it's published on May 8th. And while you're there, if you click on the site, you can enter your name and your address and your info, and I will send you a personally signed bookplate made out to whoever you want me to make it out to, with my pleasure. Thanks a lot.